This is Matt Russell from the FX Power Course, and welcome to the Daily FX walkthrough.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound, and we had a massive rally in the Euro Pound over the last 24 hours. And let me zoom in a little bit here. And this is the resistance line that I mentioned that I first put up at the start of early last week. Also that short trade off this long wick here. I was mentioning how we should stay in that trade unless we have a close above this resistance line. So tonight or earlier today, prices came up to that resistance line and left behind a long wick, as we can see here, and then prices did fall back beneath the line. So if you're listening to this report for the first time, this trade idea here, this is very similar setup to this trade over here, and if you're still in this trade here, I would recommend holding the trade again until we have a close above. But if you're listening again for the first time tonight, we might use this price point here, and let me get a print for you here. The high of this candle, 93.74, and that we can use that. And again, the way I like to look for trades is the first and most important thing is where I'm going to place my stop. So my stop would be in the 93, about 10 pips above 93.74, so maybe in the 93.84 area, and that's what I'm going to be looking for if prices do come up to this resistance line once again. It does represent a lot of risk, but it really depends on your individual risk parameters if you want to enter the trade. But again, most important thing, the stop will be located just above the high of this wick right here. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi. Not much has changed here, and as I mentioned yesterday, we might look for this line to act as future support. It was previous resistance. Prices did come and test this line a few times. There was a sharp sell-off in the pair, but this line is very steep, and each and every day it's going to drop by about 30 to 50 pips, so it's really not, it's a line that I would personally avoid. With that being said, on the daily chart, the pair left behind a very long wick, so again, we can use the same logic. Let's check the high of that candle, which is 24, let me zoom in here, 24.78, so again, that's a location where I want to place my stop. With this pair, it's a little more volatile. I would say maybe 30 pips above the high of this wick. So if we can get over the next 24 to 48 hours, prices coming up maybe to this level here near that 124 figure, and again placing the stop maybe just above that 125 figure. So that's a potential trade setup. Again, this is a daily chart. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and we had a sell-off in this pair. As I was mentioning, we might look for prices to head up towards that resistance line, but it looks as though the prices had a setback today. So I would just keep this on the radar screen as this line is getting further and further away. That's a 600 pip move. Volatility has been high, so it's not out of the question by the end of the week to get a very sharp rally. But again, we might move this to the back burner in terms of trade setups, but certainly keep that line up. What we can also do is move this line here and use this as a future support line moving forward. So again, just simply connecting the lows and waiting for prices to come down here and test this support line. We'd look to enter at the support line with a stop maybe 50 to 75 pips beneath the support line. So that's something we can look for over the next 24 to 48 hours. The last chart is the Euro Swiss, and the sell-off has continued here, as I was mentioning during yesterday's report. This did look toppy. That was actually 2 reports ago where I mentioned this did look toppy and we might enter, but I didn't like the trade personally because I don't like entering 100 pips beneath a clear resistance line. So again, I'm just waiting for this pair to actually touch that resistance line, which I believe now is actually just beneath the 155 figure. So that's a price point we can keep an eye on for the Euro Swiss. Again, my name is Matt Russell. I'm an FX Power Course instructor here at FXCM. Thanks for listening.